All right, so get this. We're talking 1983 Miami Hurricanes. This is a team that went from almost being disbanded to national champions in one season.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. You guys sent in stacks of articles, the stats, even the championship game film for this one. Talk about a story, huh? Today we are diving deep into the 1983 Miami Hurricanes.
And what's really amazing is, well, it's not even just the championship, right? It's how completely different the team's story could have been.
Yeah.
1983 Miami, the program was really struggling.
Yep.
Like, really struggling. They were on the verge of just shutting the whole thing down. Not exactly a recipe for a national powerhouse.
Not at all. And then they go on to play a team in that championship game that some consider to be the greatest college football team ever. I mean, come on. Talk about David and Goliath.
Totally. And to make it even more dramatic, that very first game of the season, it really didn't inspire a whole lot of confidence, let's just say. They got absolutely clobbered by the Gators, lost the game, and turned the ball over 8 times. 8.
Ouch. 8 turnovers. Yeah, I can't even imagine what those players were feeling, especially the quarterback.
Oh, and get this. Freshman quarterback. Bernie Kosar.
Oh, wow. Really? A freshman
quarterback. And even with that crushing loss, he manages to tie a passing record through 25 completions.
Seriously, 25 completions in that game. Whose record did he tie?
Jim Kelly.
No way, Jim Kelly. That's incredible. So what happened? Did the coaches just decide to ride it out with the freshman quarterback? That's a gutsy call after a loss like that.
Well, they saw something in him. They saw maybe a resilience there, almost like they considered that first game a win in a lot of ways. Win as far as, like, learning goes.
Interesting. So it was a learning experience. What happened next? Did they rise to the occasion, or?
Next up, nationally televised game against Notre Dame. Notre Dame, everybody knows Notre Dame.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And they shut him out 20-0 with Kosar leading the way and another freshman, Reggie Sutton, with 2 blocked field goals. That game was huge. They started to believe in themselves. You could feel the whole city getting behind them.
Okay, so the tide is turning. This is getting good. But didn't they have a close one against East Carolina?
Oh, yeah, that one was a nail-biter. East Carolina, they were fast, they were aggressive. It was supposed to be, an easy win. It was.
How'd they pull it out?
Coach Schnellenberger, he was something else, man. So he's watching the game, right? And he's just been taking these meticulous notes like he always does. And with 4 minutes left in the game, they're down by 1 point.
Oh, man. Talk about pressure. All right, so what did he do? What's the play? Give me the play.
He noticed something about East Carolina's defense. They were so aggressive, so focused on stopping the run, that they were leaving themselves open, vulnerable even, to a well-timed screen pass.
Whoa, okay, hold on. Really, that's a risky call in that situation.
It was a risk for sure, but it paid off, and not just once, but twice.
Wait, twice.
Twice. Albert Bentley took it to the house both times, and that was that, baby. Miami wins.
Wow. Okay, so this screen pass, this is more than just a play at this point, It's like Coach Schnellenberger. He's got this whole different way of looking at things. He's playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers,
Yeah.
So, but wait, am I remembering this right? The screen pass comes back later, right?
You are remembering that right. The Orange Bowl. The championship game against the undefeated Nebraska Cornhuskers. The Orange Bowl. It's Miami. This team that was almost shut down, right, going up against the undefeated Nebraska Cornhuskers. This Nebraska team, they were something else. Heisman Trophy winner, Outland Trophy winner. I mean, people were calling them the greatest college football team of all time.
Wow. Okay, so they went from almost being disbanded to playing like the best team ever. That's a wild turn of events. And I'm guessing, based on everything we've talked about so far, nobody thought Miami could win, right?
15-point underdogs. 15 points. That's how little people believed in the Hurricanes.
15 points. No way. So what happened? Did they just completely fall apart? Or did they somehow manage to rise to the occasion again?
Oh, they came out swinging, man. Kosar was unbelievable, set a new Orange Bowl passing record. By the end of the first quarter, they're up 17. Wow.
Get out of here. 17-0. Are you serious?
Yeah. Nebraska, though, they weren't just going to roll over. They started to chip away at the lead, and the game just got more and more intense.
So how did Miami pull it off? Was it that hurricane magic again? Or was there, like, some serious strategizing going on?
Well, remember that screen pass against East Carolina? The one where they took advantage of that aggressive defense.
Wait, are you saying, no way? Did they see the same thing in Nebraska's defense?
They did. Coach Schnellenberger, he'd been watching, analyzing, just like always. And they decided to take the risk.
Man, that's gutsy. Who scored on that play?
Alonzo Highsmith took it all the way. The crowd went absolutely nuts. But even with that play, things were still crazy close. It all came down to the very last play of the game.
Oh, come on, you're kidding. Tell me. Tell me.
Nebraska has the ball, right? And they're down by 1 point. Time's almost out. It all comes down to a 2-point conversion.
This is unbelievable. I
But-
mean, what are the chances?
Coach Schnellenberger, he was known for being able to predict what the other team was going to do, and they knew this play. They prepared for it.
Okay, but knowing the play and actually stopping them, those are two different things. So what happened? What'd they do? How'd it end?
So Nebraska, they try to flood the wide side of the field, right? Overwhelm the defense.
Yeah.
Ken Calhoun, linebacker. He sees it happening, reads the play perfectly,
This is it. This is it.
and then with just like a flick of his wrist, he tips the ball just enough, incomplete pass, game over.
No way. They won. They actually won the whole thing. Just like that.
31-30. Miami wins. Can you believe it? What a game. They didn't just win, they made history.
Man, I wish I could have been there. That must have been one heck of a party in Miami that night.
Oh, I bet. And it wasn't just a win for the team, you know? This was big for Miami, the whole city.
So, like, how did this one win, this one game, change things for Miami, for the Hurricanes and for the city?
Well, it's like you said earlier, right? They were this close to shutting the whole program down. The Hurricanes, they weren't just playing for a trophy in that Orange Bowl. They were playing for their future.
And they totally earned it. They fought for every single yard, every single point.
And they brought that same energy to the city, too. Miami, it's like this place that's always reinventing itself, always striving. This team, this win, it embodied that same spirit.
Yeah, it's funny how, like, a team can capture the essence of a city,
Totally. And it makes you think, right, what if Coach Schnellenberger hadn't trusted his gut with that screen pass? What if Ken Calhoun hadn't made that unbelievable play at the very end?
It's like those tiny little things, those moments that can change everything.
Exactly. Every game, every season, it's all about those moments. It's about talent for sure, but it's also about heart. It's about believing in yourself, even when the odds are stacked against you.
It's like, yeah, this is a football game, and an incredible one at that, but it's also a much bigger story, isn't it?
It really is. It's a story about what's possible when people come together, when they embrace the underdog spirit, when they dare to dream big.
It's a story for anyone who's ever been told they can't do something, who's ever faced a challenge that seemed insurmountable. It's a reminder that sometimes the greatest victories come from the most unexpected places. And who knows? Maybe we'll see another underdog story unfold this season. So what will you tackle with that same hurricane spirit?